welcome back to my channel. It's Cami. So for today's video, we have a really exciting review all about the new Lunar Beauty launch. This is their Moon Prism Blush Palette and their 3 glosses. So if you're interested in my thoughts and in swatches and in the colors of this palette, just keep watching. Alright, so I zoomed you guys in so that we can get all up close and personal. But I already have my base makeup on. I have bronzer on and my eyebrows on. I did not put any eyeshadow on today because I actually want to use the palette as eyeshadow, because when I see this palette, I don't only see blushes, I see a really pretty spring palette. So I wanted to see how they work on the eyes and see if this is multi-purpose so that you can just take this palette and use it as blush and eyeshadow. And I think a monochromatic look between the blushes and the eyeshadow will look really pretty. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the eyes. So my eyes are already primed and ready to go ahead and go in. I think I want to start out with, let's go in with Spacey, this color right here at the edge, and put that all in the crease. I'm going to use a Jeffree Star X Morphe JS5. This is one of my favorite crease blending brushes. So I don't often use blush for eyeshadow, but I think it's actually a really good idea because I love pink eyeshadow. I have so many pink palettes, so I think this would completely work for eyeshadow, to be honest. That blended out like a dream. That was no hassle at all. It blended out perfectly. So that's actually a really beautiful pink color. I love that shade so much. So now I want to deepen it up a little bit. I'm thinking of maybe doing like a halo eye. Take the deepest shade, which is Gravity down here, and put that in the inner and outer corner to deepen out both sides. Do any of you guys ever use blush for eyeshadow? Let me know down below. I've always known about it, but I've just never done it truly. So I'm also going to connect that in the center there. This is actually the first product that I've ever purchased from Lunar Beauty. I saw that the Strawberry Dream palette was on sale at Sephora for $29 during the VIB sale, and I missed out on it, and so I was really disappointed, and I've always been interested in the Moonspell palette. So when I saw this collection coming out, I was like, oh my gosh, I love blush. I have to get it. When this first launched, I also put the Moonspell palette in my cart because I think the packaging is beautiful and I've never tried their shadows, so I can't say, you know, these blushes are like their shadows, but they're actually really good. They're blending out really well. Oh, and I used the M443 brush. That was the M443 brush, and I'm gonna go back into the JS5 brush again and blend it out a little bit. So I'm gonna take the lightest shade, which is Pink Moon, and just blend out the edges at the top there. That's really pretty. That blended out perfectly for that shade. Wow. I'm really loving this eye look right now. Now I'm gonna put a pop of shimmer in the middle, and the only shimmer shade in this palette is Soleil. So I'm gonna use that. I'm going to take a Jeffree Star X Morphe JS11. This is the packing brush. And I'm going to take some setting spray as well, because I always love to spray my brush, and put that in the center. Oh, that's gorgeous. Do we see that? Yes, yes, yes. I am all for this right now. So just like a halo eye, I'm putting that in the center. Take some more, try to build that up more. So this obviously isn't going to be a shimmery eyeshadow because it's meant to be a blush. So it's not going to be as pigmented as some other shadows. In the monitor, that looks so pretty and so reflective. That's really gorgeous. Now I'm going to take a Jeffree Star X Morphe JS13. Can you tell that I love my Jeffree Star brushes? I think I'm going to take that Twilight shade right here and kind of marry the outer corner matte shade to the shimmery shade in the middle so that there's not such a harsh distinction between the two. Wow, that is a gorgeous coral shade. I'm gonna put that in the crease a little bit too. I want to deepen out the outer corner and the inner corner a little bit more, so I'm gonna go back into Gravity and try to deepen it up a little bit. I'm not sure if it will work because obviously it is a blush, but see if it is buildable. buildable on the eyes. I'm gonna go back in with the JS13 and Gravity and put that on the lower lash line. There is no light shimmery shade for the brow bone or the inner corner. So I'm going to dip into the Catrice and Iman highlighting palette and take this shade right here and go ahead and highlight the brow bone and the inner corner. I'm going to use a Morphe M43 to do this. Alright, now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go put on some mascara and we'll go on to putting blush on our cheeks. So mascara is all done. I used the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara and now we are ready to put blush on the cheeks. So I'm going to go back into the Moon Prism Blush Palette. I'm going to take Twilight, this pretty peach blush. And I'm going to take my Real Techniques 400 blush brush and go ahead and apply that on the cheeks. So these are really pigmented. So you want to go in with a light hand, like, that's a lot, but very pigmented. And when I was swatching them, they're finely milled, and I think that's like my favorite type of blush when they're finely milled. They go on so beautifully and they're very buildable. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. So I think I want to add a little bit more shimmer to the look. So I'm gonna take Soleil and kind of use it as a blush topper. Oh wow, do you see that shine on the cheeks? That's so pretty. So I definitely think I went in with a little too much, so I'm going to take my buffing brush and just blend that all out. Pigmented blushes are really nice, but you also want a blush that kind of blends out easily, because if you put too much, you don't want to look like a clown. These are working beautifully to blend out as well. All right, so since that doesn't have any highlights, I'm going to go back into the Catrice and Iman highlighting palette, and I'm just going to take all 4 shades and put them on my cheeks. I also want to take whatever's left on this brush and put a little bit on the nose. I love putting a little bit on the tip of the nose. It just makes you look a little fresh kiss or whatever. So now that we're done with this palette, we are gonna go into the glosses, and I want to swatch each one individually on my lips. I will clean off my lips because I do have a little bit of foundation on them, and I just want to see how they look straight on my lips with no lip liner or lipstick or anything else. It is just straight these glosses. So let me take off my concealer on my lips and we will swatch them. So the first color we're going in with is Celine. It is a shimmery nudie gloss. I know he came out with this in the Greek Goddess and then brought it back for this collection because everyone was asking for it. So that is what Celine lip gloss looks like on my lips. It is kind of just a sheer shade that adds a little bit of glimmer because there is like little shimmer particles. I wouldn't call it glitter because they're not huge, but there is shimmer, so it adds a shine and a little bit of shimmer, but you don't see it on your lips. The next lip gloss we're going in with is Moon. This has more pigment than Celine, but it is a very light nude, so we'll see how it works with my lips because it looks very, very, very pale. Oh yeah, that's pretty pale. So this is the Moon gloss. It is really pale and kind of like makes my lips look a little dead. But I think over like a darker lip liner, this would look really pretty in the center. I probably would not ever wear this alone because it is very pale on my skin. Next gloss is Starlight, and this is more of a deeper nude. It's kind of pinkier, and there is a little bit of shimmer in there, I believe, but nothing too chunky. And I think this is going to be a better gloss for my skin tone to wear by itself. I definitely do think this color is more of a like My Lips but better with a little bit of shine type of color. This is Starlight, and I think it's really pretty actually. I don't think I need to wear a lip liner with this necessarily, but it is very pretty. It looks clear on my lips just like the Celine gloss, but this has more of a pinkier hue than that one. And then the Moon gloss is definitely just nude. Alright guys, so this is the final makeup look using the Moon Prism Blush Palette on the eyes and the cheeks. And on my lips, I finished it off with the Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner and the Moon lip gloss. I love how this turned out, and I think the blush palette definitely works out as eyeshadow. So let's talk about prices. This palette by itself retails for $35, and these glosses individually retail for $17, but you can buy all three of these together for $40, which I think is a great deal because individually these are $17, so that would be like $60 almost. Somewhere around there, maybe 51, something like that. But the Fenty Beauty glosses are also $18, so they're about on par with them. And then if you get them as a bundle, which is what I did, that is $60 for the whole thing. And I think that is a fantastic price. Like, you cannot beat that at all. The Moon Prism Blush Palette is actually sold out on both the Lunar Beauty website and the Sephora website, which is awesome. And the fact that Lunar Beauty is sold in Sephora is also awesome. So congratulations, Manny, you sold out a palette, and for good reason. This is an amazing palette. You can only get these glosses on the Lunar Beauty website, but I think some of them are sold out and some of them are still there. But I believe he is restocking this whole collection, so if you want it next time, I say go ahead and jump on it because it'll probably sell out again because it's that great. So let's talk about the blush palette first. The packaging is gorgeous. Like, Manny knows how to do his packaging. And these little moons right here are like raised, if you can see. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can kind of see. They're kind of raised. So it adds a little bit of element there. You know, he thinks about all his packaging. And the blushes in here are gorgeous. Like, it ranges from light to dark, and it's perfect for any skin tone because a lot of companies, they'll do like a light to medium and medium to deep. So I love that this is universal for everyone. Like, the darker, deeper skin tones can wear this and like blend out their blushes, and the lighter skin tones can wear this one and make it a bronzer. Or you could wear it as eyeshadow, which is what I did, and it blends out beautifully and perfectly, and it's pigmented. And I just can't rave about this enough. Like, it worked as blush and it worked as eyeshadow. This Soleil shade is a beautiful blush topper, and I love this peachy shade. I always go for peachy blush shades. So I love that this is in the palette. And you also have two deeper shades to kind of like use as a little bit of contour. Like, I would use them as a little bit of contour and then not have to wear any blush or contour. It's like killing two birds with one stone, like using a blush as bronzer. Like, you get a blush and then a bronzer. So I cannot recommend this palette enough, and I love it. And for $35, that's like a little less than $6 a piece, which is better than most drugstore blushes nowadays because the drugstore is getting a little bit more expensive. So I love it, and I will post swatches up here. They were finely milled and they were beautiful and pigmented and blended out perfectly. Put too much, you were able to blend it off like I did, because I definitely put too much of that Twilight shade. I got a little too happy with it. Really love this palette, and I think it's really worth $35. So next, let's talk about the glosses. This is a white packaging, and I love that it kind of like ombres into the color of the lip gloss, which is like extra, along with this cap. Like, the diamond cap is beautiful, and like, I love that it shows a little bit of his, you know, own little taste in there. And so the applicator is not a typical doe foot applicator. It is flat, and then it's really good to really lay on to your lips, and you can like line it with the edge because there is a flat edge right there. So I really love these glosses because they are not sticky at all. So if you hate sticky glosses, these are really great. I think these are now in my top 5 favorite glosses because I hate sticky glosses. I'm very picky with my glosses, and these are not sticky at all. And I only really love the Fenty Beauty lip gloss and the ColourPop Luxe lip glosses, and these are maybe even better than that. And so I really highly recommend these, especially if you do not like sticky glosses. They just feel like a lip oil, and it's really great. I highly recommend it. So that is my review all about the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette and the lip glosses. Let me know down below if you ended up picking up this, and if you want to pick it up next time it's available, because I really recommend it. I love everything in this collection. If you want to pick it all up in a bundle for $60, I think that's completely worth it. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!